We've all heard about the global refugee crisis. Very likely some of you may know it personally. We've all heard the generic statistics that 68 million people have been forced to flee their homes due to conflict and persecution. 68 million people. We've had a hard time comprehending what a massive humanity that really means. And if we couldn't comprehend it, how could we work to solve it? For us, we started one face at a time. We are a husband and wife photo documentary team focused on the global refugee crisis. We visited refugee camps in Greece, in Turkey, and most recently in Mexico. We were there to raise awareness and to share information. There is a tendency for people to misinterpret when somebody is in a situation that may be bad or dirty situation to be bad or dirty people. This is simply not the case. This is an example of some inhumane living conditions of people in a refugee camp in Greece. We bring several hundred pounds of gear and equipment with us and set up makeshift photo studios outside the refugee camp. Here is a roadside studio that we set up outside of the Vial refugee camp on the island of Chios in Greece. We intentionally crop out the context of the refugee camps so we can focus on the individuals, not their label as merely refugees. We believe that if people can look into the eyes of another person, then they will fear them less. An important part of our portrait project is to bring these portable photo printers so that we can give people proper printed portraits. Many people have lost their precious family photos when they fled their homes. Our intent was simple. We believe that having a printed portrait of your loved ones can be a great comfort in times of need. To date, we have distributed over 2,000 printed portraits to people in the camps. We intend to continue our portrait project when we go to Bangladesh this April.
This is the Barotel refugee camp in Tijuana, Mexico, where thousands of people are living in inhumane conditions. We were there in December to learn about the conditions and document them. Half of the refugees around the world are children, and a significant proportion of those children are under 5 years old. Women and children and girls are particularly vulnerable when they have to flee their homelands, as well as when they're detained in camps and in new countries. One of the recurring requests that we've received from many refugees is that we tell their stories to others. Many other displaced people have asked us to simply let the world know that they are not terrorists, and they are simply looking for safety. There's a saying that the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men and women do nothing. Do we open our arms or turn our backs on the most vulnerable people today? Today, what we want to ask of you is, will you step up now when our world needs you most? If you'd like to help refugees today, donate money, resources, or your time to groups anywhere that are active helping people in need. If you'd like to work on longer-term solutions, you can support groups like Amnesty International or Human Rights Watch, who try to change policy. Reach out to your legislators who are supportive of refugees and basic human rights and let them know that you support them. But equally importantly, reach out to your legislators who are fighting against refugees and let them know you want your country to do its fair share in addressing this issue. Tell them that diversity makes us stronger, not weaker. Tell them that you are not afraid. We don't think that we are naively optimistic on the future, but perhaps we should all start being just a little bit more. If you'd like to learn more about this portrait project and how you can get involved, please join us at thepoweroffaces.com, and we also have information that we can share at the end of the session. The question we ask you again is, will you step up now when our world needs you most? Thank you very much.